Hi, and welcome to another segment of Downtown Update. I'm your host, Kent Ayers, and we're here with John. John's a street performer. We just saw him do an amazing stunt right now. John, can you tell us what you do?
Well, I'm a sideshow performer, and the stunt I performed today is called the human blockhead, which is basically pounding a 20-penny spike into my skull.
That's crazy, and you went straight in through your nose. Now, how long have you been doing this?
I've been performing professionally for 30 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How'd you get started out in the biz?
Third generation freak. Grandfather, both parents, 3 uncles.
Right on. So did you were you in like a circus or?
I worked with Circus Oz and a couple of circuses in San Diego, Le Cirque, and a few other ones, yeah.
And your dad and your grandfather were both?
Yeah, that goes way back to the Depression era, yeah. Our family sideshow history, yeah.
That's crazy that you have just a whole in-depth thing about it. I mean, tell us a little bit about that world. What's it like?
Well, it's like any other world, really. Just a bunch of people out trying to make a living, It's a little bit different, but I find them to be actually a bit more normal than most folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're in tune, because they're better in tune with themselves and what they're doing. It just gives them a different outlook on life, Not a whole lot of jerks in that business. There's always is, but not many,
Yeah, they accept who they are.
They accept who they are and who other people are, and they sort of just have a different way of expressing themselves, That's all.
That's awesome. Now, what made you already knew that you could hammer a nail inside your nose, or someone taught you that, or?
Well, that was it's an old stunt that's been around for hundreds of years. So I do all the traditional sideshow stunts: sword swallowing, bed of nails, 8 different escapes, a bunch of fire stuff, on and on.
Where do you usually perform these at?
You know what? I'm down here. I do a couple of escapes and the blockhead that you just saw. The rest is on stage shows. I have a show called The Merchants of Madness, and there's 6 of us in that. Some of the top sideshow people in the world. So we work big festivals, like Edinburgh Fringe Festival in Scotland, the Circus and Street Performer Festival in Sydney, things like that. The Christchurch in New Zealand, the Christchurch Busker Fest, and the Cuba Street Carnival in Wellington, New Zealand. So all over, we travel.
Wow, you've been all over the place. Where's your most favorite place to perform?
You know what? I don't have a favorite place to perform, really, because I like them all. Otherwise, I wouldn't go back, If I've been there more than once, then I sort of dig it. But I'd say if I had to pick one, I'd say Wellington, New Zealand. Yeah. It's always been, people in Wellington have always been really, really good to me, and I just love it there. I lived there for a couple of years.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, here's a beautiful area.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, I love it down there.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, John, we thank you for your time.
Thank you, Kent.
Yeah, and your little bit of history, and we'd like to thank our clothing sponsor, Emmy's Clothing, and all of you stay tuned for the next update.